Hey everyone, welcome to another Spotty Dog Battle Report, this time between myself again with Dwarven Holds and Patrick's Sylvan Elves, also known as Thicket Lord. Let's get to the lists. So start with Patrick's Sylvan Elves. He's run a couple of games with this list, first time I've come across it. So leading the army is Tree Father Ancient, the Thicket Lord himself, Oaken Crown, Tree Singing, level 4 life, and the Dispel Scroll. The spells are Master of Earth, which is a damagey one, Spirit of the Wood, which allows him to basically put a unit in a woods, Summer Growth, heals some wounds back, and Stone Skin for extra toughness. BSB, he has a Thicket Shepherd with Entwined Roots and the Amaril's Banner. Then he's got a Dryad Matriarch level 1 and Wilderness, the Beast Within. 30 Forest Guard, full command and shields in core, couple of Heath Riders with shields, 15 Forest Guard with Sylvan Blades, that's additional hand weapons. Special, he's got 10 Blade Dancers, champion, don't know the points because the photo he sent me, the points were out of focus. 8 Thicket Beasts, again don't know the points, but full command Entwined Roots, 5 Wild Huntsmen with shields, 10 Briar Maidens, full command, Wizard Conclave, Gleaming Icon, again don't know the points, and 2 Forest Eagles. So my list, same as the previous battle, 3 Master Engineers going in, 1 in the Rangers, 1 in the Forge Wardens, 1 in the Miners. BSB, usual build, Runic Smith, 2 up save, with Gleaming and Resilience through spells, a Chaffy Dragon Seeker, 20 Clan Marksmen, Guildcrafted Handguns, the Boys, 12 Clan Marksmen, 22 Clan Warriors, full command shields, throwing axes, bunker for the Smith and the BSB, 19 Forge Wardens, full command banner of speed, 19 Ambushing Miners, full command shields, pistols, a bomber, a copter, 9 Skirmishing Rangers with champion, crossbows, throwing axes, shields, and 2 Vengeance Seekers. Let's get to deployment. So battle line again, because we roll that way. We like battle line, it's just easy. This was first thing on a bank holiday Monday morning. So yeah, battle line, and it was hold the ground. So units within scoring units within 6 inches of the centre at the end of the game get 3 TPs, tournament points. Is that right? Anyway, basically it's a 3-point swing. So anyway, so let's go to deployment. Patrick's got his Huntsman on the left flank. He's got a unit of Heath Riders, Eagle, his Sylvan Blades, so the additional hand weapon Elves, Core Elves. Then next to those, he's got his Briar Maidens, his big Thicket Star. Behind his Thicket Star, he's got his Tree Father Ancient in the wood, and his Dryad Matriarch next door, so behind the Thicket Star. Next to it, he's got his 30 Spear Elves, his 10 Skirmishing Blades, Heath Riders at the back, and an Eagle over near the ruins. He's placed his Woody kind of towards the centre in front of his Thicket Star there. Yep, so my deployment, we got the Forge Wardens on the left flank, core Dwarves with BSB and Smith, 12 Gunners, 20 Gunners, 2 Vengeance Seekers. This is all castled up on the left. Then we've got Vengeance Seeker, Dragon Seeker. Then we've got a Swamp. Then I've scouted my Rangers over there to they're on weak elf Overwatch, so they're going to try and do a similar thing that they did against the Dread Elves. Then we've got Bomber and Copter over on the far right to stop those Huntsmen coming around. I'll try. Okay, just another picture there of things. Vanguards, he got first Vanguard because I finished deploying first. I have a +3 to the roll. Anyway, so Vanguard his Briar Maidens into the woods. It seemed like a good thing to do. Now he's just measuring the range of my gunners to see if his Heath Riders are in range, I think. Because I elected not to Vanguard, so I believe he Vanguards those guys backwards. Or maybe he's Vanguarded them forwards, but he doesn't want to Vanguard them too far, that's right, into range of the gunner, so he kind of halts just over the 24-inch line. Dwarven holds turn 1, so Forge Wardens move up, get a bit of a wheel on. looking to swing round. The 12 gunners move up a little bit, and I think the other gunners move up a little bit as well. The 12 move up like 6 inches. The 20 gunners move up maybe 3 so that they can get a shot, and the core dwarves move up a little bit as well. Dragon Seeker moves slightly, and the 2 Avenger Seekers move backwards. I don't want to get poisoned off by the javelins from the briars, or soul quenched either, or whatever it's called now. Copter moves up to give the Wild Riders will make them take a frenzy check basically, and he moves to within 18 inches to get a shot off as well. Rangers move up to throw some throwing axes, I think, at the riders there, and also for the engineer to be in range of his forge repeater. The bomber moves up as well to get his machine gun on the job. Yep, and there we go. So unit deleted basically. Lucky shot gets through and kills a huntsman. I was hit on 6s there, so that was pretty lucky. These boys have a go at spearmen. Kill 1. They've moved, so they're hitting on 6s, I think, but they do kill 1. Yeah, just an overshot here of the right flank. On the centre real quick. And the left. Okay, so Sylvan Elves turn 1. His huntsmen fail their frenzy check, are forced to charge, fail the charge. I elect to stand and shoot, don't kill anything. Over here he just chucks his eagle in front of the rangers, just to try and stop me shooting his core elves. And the rest of the guys just move up. Briar Maidens move up to throw some javelins at the Dragon Seeker, and out of shot there is an eagle stood right in front of my Forge Wardens. There it is. So magic phase, he casts the curse on that Avenger Seeker, gets it off. I let it go. He tries to cast like the soul quench thingy on that one. I dispel that, and then we go to shooting, and the poison javelins kill my Dragon Seeker. Yeah, just a picture of his left, my right. So Dwarven holds turn 2. This is the start of charges. The Vengeance Seekers there attempt to go into the Briar Maidens. We'll see what happens next. One makes it, one doesn't. Even with the curse on, don't take any wounds. Don't take a wound for the swamp either. One makes it. Copter bomber hops over the owl, hoping to bomb it off. Rangers swoop past to get some throwing axes and forward repeater action on the elves. Attack copter moves up to flank the wild huntsman, get some shots off out of sight as well. Yeah, just a picture of my guns getting ready to shoot. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned any spells, basically I'll tell you now as a disclaimer or whatever. I don't get any spells off all game. Yeah, I'm not going to moan about it. Dwarf magic is terrible. But yeah, anyway, that's sort of my left flank of what's happening there. The shooting, copter kills another 2. Bombs fail to do anything on the owl. Rangers only kill 4 elves. Pat makes a hell of a load of 6+ saves, and yeah, that's kind of where we finish. He passes his panic test. Gunners open up on the spears. Only kills 4. Again, Pat makes a handful of 6+ saves there. These gunners open up on the unit of Heath Riders. Kill 3 of them. Now, Pat's quite generous here because I've actually forgot to roll to bring my miners on. He says, no, go for it. Bring them on. So you'll see where they come on. Just there. And they get a shot and finish off the 2 Heath Riders. So that was very sporting of my opponent. Good job with good friends, right? Combat, Venger Seeker kills 2 Briar Maidens, but he puts a wound on the Seeker there. Yeah, there's just a picture of that not going too well. Yeah, in my shooting phase as well, the Forge Wardens have cleared up that eagle there. So we go to Sylvan Elves turn 2. That's how we look at the start of it. These elves charge into my rangers. We stand and shoot. We kill off 6 of them. They don't panic and they make it in. Here, so the Wild Riders, we kind of 4+'d it to see if they could see the copter. Pat rolled that they couldn't, but with him letting me bring the miners, and I said no, just put him in anyway. But I fled. I fled, and that's where he ended up. So yeah, bombers fleeing. These boys charge the gunners in the centre, who flee, like so. He then gets a redirect on into the Vengeance Seeker in combat with the maidens. You'll see in a second, just like that. The blade dancers in the centre there, they charge the unit of 12 gunners. It's winding up. Hang on, you'll see in a sec. There we go. So the blade slam into the gunners like so. Standard shoot does nothing. Yeah, there's just a picture of that happening over there. Pat doesn't get anything off in his magic phase this turn, I don't think. Right. So we go to Sylvan Elves, second round of turn 2 combat. Yeah, it's an absolute joke. He charges in, does 3 wounds to the Rangers. I kill 1 back. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. He beats me in combat, runs me down. So yeah, beaten up by 5 elves. It's really good. This over here, as expected, Vengeance Seeker pops it. He may put a wound on the Thicket Star though. I'm not sure. Anyway, he's dead. And Pat reforms. We'll see in a second. Yep, he reforms like that. And then yeah, the blade dancers have gone straight through that unit of gunners as expected. Yeah, there's just a picture of oh, that's right, he'd forgot to move his owl in his movement phase, so I said no, just get it moved. So he moved the owl up behind the Briar Maidens. That's what that photo is. So Dwarven holds turn 3. Copter moves up to have a shot at these huntsmen again. That little battle continues. Vengeance Seeker, I make a huge mistake. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I thought about this when I got home after the game. I've charged him into combat. Now, why have I done that? I should have just stood him in front and redirected the Thicket Star, surely. Anyway, he's got in there to his doom. Drakes, sorry, beg your pardon, Forge Wardens and Miners move up. Yeah, I just had a complete mental blockage with that Vengeance Seeker. It's really wound me up actually. And the bombers actually kept on running. It didn't rally. Dwarven holds shooting, so the Forge Wardens get a bead on the Spear Elves. The Miners have marched, so they can't fire. And I think there's a bit of throwing action from the Core Dwarves as well. So everybody's lining up shots on the Spearmen. So are the Gunners. And we kill lots. The Gunners actually kill more after this as well. But he passes his panic. I think there's maybe about 15 elves left at the end of the shooting, which is good. But he passes his panic and sticks. Yep, here we go. Look, stupid. So he kills my Vengeance Seeker in my phase, but I do put 2 wounds on the Thicket Star, but it's not. It's not good enough. It's poor play from me. And yep, he gets a reform in my phase. That's just what you want, right? Yeah, there's a picture of the bomber running just to add to the misery. The Sylvan Elves turn 3. He charges with the elves. I flee to within an inch of the board. He then charges with the Briar Maidens and pushes me off. And then fails the charge because he could have redirected into gunners, but what would be the point in basically throwing the briars to the doom and giving me a stand and shoot? So he just elects to fail the charge. There's a picture of the wild huntsman running away from the attack copter. He's also put his owl in front of my miners, like so. His blades have he failed his test to march, but it didn't matter. He's a skirmish, you can pretty much get where he wants anyway, and moves them behind my gunners just to be a pain. He moves his spear elves up as well. Didn't want to throw them into the gunners again because of stand and shoot, so just moves them up to make it a sure charge next turn. So Sylvan Elf magic, he tries to get the curse onto the Forge Wardens, but I scroll it. Nothing else happens that phase. Dwarven holds turn 4. Attack Copter chases the one remaining Wild Huntsman. These guys, get a shot at the Thicket Star, I think. Cause 6 wounds there. That's pretty good. I also think the gunners have shot the spear elves, reducing them down to 9 models. But Sylvan Elves turn 4, he's basically charged his Thicket Star into my miners, who have stood a stand and shoot and caused 3 wounds. The owl moves up, standing for the Forge Wardens. Briars come round to try and javelin off the attack copter. A picture of that charge there. Huntsman's ran away. A Sylvan Elf magic gets +2 toughness on the Thicket Star. I let it go. Don't have a choice. And with the attribute, he moves the Huntsman just round the back for the fun. A Sylvan Elf shooting, he causes 1 wound with javelins on the copter. Combat, he does a lot of wounds to me. I do some back, but we hold because we're steadfast. Just go back. So we've done some wounds to each other, but we stick. Then up in this combat here, he breaks me. He causes 11 wounds. I don't do anything back. I run. He elects to chase, but doesn't catch me. Just an overshot of the board. Dwarven holds turn 5. Copter chases after that damn wild huntsman again. The Dwarven warriors, the clan warriors, have moved up to try and throw some axes at the owl. The Forge Wardens have moved so that when the owl's hopefully cleared, they can get a shot at the Thicket Star. It's a better shot of what I've just said there. Throwing axes kill the owl, meaning these guys have a clear shot at the Thicket Star, but he's now toughness 7, so looking for 6s, but with flaming and they're flammable, I get to reroll to wound, so hopefully I'll be able to plink a few off. Shooting, yes, we kill the last huntsman. So that battle's been going on for 5 turns, so glad to get rid of him. Combat, couple of wounds to me. I do 1 to him, but we stick. In the shooting, it doesn't look like my Forge Wardens have actually done any wounds to his Thicket Star. A little bit unfortunate there, but it was at this point that I realised I'm just not going to get the point, so having to change tactics a little bit. These guys charge my miners who stand and shoot and do nothing. These guys charge my gunners in the front. Briars move up to again try and javelin off the attack copter. I think my engineer, my miners, actually died in the previous combat as well. I think he got chopped up. Anyway, so Briars move up to javelin the copter. So the magic phase gets +2 toughness on again on his Thicket Star. I let it go because at this point I'm just not even interested in trying to shoot those guys. You also get summer growth on again. I let it go because, well, I'm not going to get the point, so you may as well heal those back up to full. It's just not going to affect the game. and he brings some back there. He gets 1 wound through with javelins, knocking the copter down to 1. Combat, yeah, he beats up my remaining gunners and reforms like so. Yeah, beats up my miners and runs them down basically. So we go to the final turn, final Dwarven whole turn anyway, and these guys move up 4 inches and draw a bead on his general who's in the woods. Being a large target doesn't get cover, so yeah, looking to blow his brains out basically. And with the help of the attack copter, that's exactly what happens. I think we cause 7 wounds, so bye bye Mr. Tree Man and his general in one go. Brilliant. These guys move up to throw some axes at the spearmen, but we don't kill anything. I can't remember how many we needed to kill. Maybe we needed to kill 2 to get 50% of the points. So yeah, that didn't happen. So we go to Sylvan Elf turn 6 now. If you're looking at that picture there, Pat's got a lot of stuff left. He's got his Thicket Star, his Briars, he's got his Matriarch in the woods, he's got his Spearmen, he's got his Blades, and he's got his Core Elves still. So a lot of points sitting there. So really, Pat's trying to march his Elves up to get as close to that centre as he can. I couldn't get it, so he's looking to do that. So we'll see if he can. That's kind of where we finish. He tries to poison off my attack copter with the briars with some javelins, but it survives. And that's the end of the game. He was unlucky. He was about 2 or 3 inches away from the centre with his spears, so neither of us got the objective in the end. So let's go to see who's won the game. There you go, 13-7 to Patrick. I didn't get as many points as I thought I had. I basically only got about 900 points and he got around 1500. It was like a 500 point swing or something in Patrick's favour, which is 13-7. I don't really know how you're supposed to get that Thicket Star without absolutely, piling metric ton of flaming shots into it. I certainly don't have, or didn't have the unit. I did have the unit on the table to do it, the 4 Dwarves, but they were just completely in the wrong place to do that. Other things that happened, the Rangers getting beaten up by 5 Elves was bad times. The Bomber not rallying was bad. That right flank went from me looking in total control, looking like there was absolutely no problem there. Rangers taking care of the Elves, the attack copter hounding the wild huntsman, and the Bomber just there to be a nuisance. I thought I had that pretty much sewn up. Was then just going to swing round to support the other boys in a bit of a pincer, but Rangers breaking kind of collapsed the plan and let Patrick instead swing round with the Briar Maidens and such. Miners coming on did okay, but as soon as the Thicket Star turned round and basically said it wanted a piece, I probably should have fled from the charge actually. I probably should have fled from that charge from the Thicket Star, but then he probably would have charged with the Owl and ran me down, so I would have just lost the miners a turn or two, or certainly a turn early. So yeah, I think holding was the right decision there. But clearly the biggest mistake of the game was me chucking that Vengeance Seeker into his Thicket Star instead of just standing it in front. I just had an absolute mental blockage there. That was just clearly wasn't thinking about the game properly there. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. It basically let his Thicket Star have an extra turn of movement, didn't it? Because where he marched in his turn, he should have been charging the Chaffing Seeker. So yeah, that was a huge mistake. But good things in the game, good things that happened. The Forge Wardens making their points up by killing his general. That's the first time they've ever made it to a game in 8th edition as well. 100% full, not losing a single man. Also, the throwing weapons on the core dwarves cleared a bit of chaff. They killed the eagle, killed a few spearmen. So yeah, happy with those. Marksmen, they're always good. They were just a little bit unlucky to get reared by the blades there, but you know, things like that happen. Yeah, I would do things a little bit differently next time. Definitely use my Vengeance Seeker's banner, that's for sure. But anyway, that's where we are, 13-7 to Patrick. He deserved the win after me making a couple of mistakes. So yeah, well done, Patrick. I'll give you a rematch soon. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the battle report, guys. Leave a comment, any suggestions, things you'd have done differently, opportunities you saw that I didn't. Let me know. Thanks for the watch. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.